Past question considered. 19. Both the chronological age and the mental age of a pupil is 7 years. He may be classified into which category? A. Below normal intelligence. B. Normal intelligence. C. Superior intelligence. D. Genius. And, if both the chronological age and the mental age of a pupil are 7 years, the pupil may be classified into the category of normal intelligence. In the calculation of intelligence quotient, the mental age of an individual is divided by their chronological age and multiplied by 100. When the mental age and chronological age are the same, the resulting IQ score is 100, which is considered to be the average or normal IQ score. Therefore, if a pupil has a mental age and chronological age of 7 years, their IQ score would be 100, which falls within the range of normal intelligence. The other IQ classifications are typically defined as follows. Below normal intelligence, IQ score below 70. Superior intelligence, IQ score above 130. Genius, IQ score above 145. It is important to note, however, that IQ scores are just one measure of intelligence and should not be used in isolation to make judgments about a person's abilities or potential. There are many factors that can influence a person's success in life, including motivation, social and emotional intelligence, and practical skills that are not captured by IQ scores. 20. Which from the following should be used to increase correct responses and appropriate behavior? A. Ignorance. B. Strictness. C. Reward. D. Praise. And reward and praise are methods that should be used to increase correct responses and appropriate behavior. 21. Which is different from the other three with respect to fine motor movement? A. Joining. B. Dictation. C. Handwriting. D. Separation of fruits and vegetables. And separation of fruits and vegetables is different from the other three with respect to fine motor movement. Joining, dictation, and handwriting all require fine motor skills, which involve the use of small muscles in the hands and fingers to perform precise movements and manipulations. Joining and handwriting involve the use of a writing utensil to make marks or shapes on paper, while dictation involves the use of a writing utensil to transcribe spoken words or sentences. In contrast, separation of fruits and vegetables does not require fine motor skills in the same way. While it may involve some small movements and manipulations, such as picking up and sorting small objects, these movements are typically less precise and controlled than those required for joining, handwriting, or dictation. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Separation of fruits and vegetables. 22. At the pre-primary stage, reading aloud while writing is given importance. This is based on which theory of learning? A. Trial and error. B. Conditioning. C. Insight. D. Imitation. And the pre-primary stage emphasis on reading aloud while writing is based on a theory of learning called imitation. Imitation is a learning theory that suggests that people learn by observing and copying the behavior of others. Children at the pre-primary stage are particularly adept at imitating the behavior of adults and older children, and this can be used as a powerful tool for promoting learning and development. In the context of reading and writing, children at the pre-primary stage may learn through imitation by observing adults or teachers reading aloud and writing, and then attempting to replicate these behaviors themselves. By providing opportunities for children to practice these skills through imitation, educators can help to build their confidence and competence in reading and writing, and lay the foundation for further learning and development. Overall, the emphasis on reading aloud while writing at the pre-primary stage is based on a theory of learning through imitation, which suggests that children learn by observing and copying the behavior of others. 23. According to Emil, the noblest work in education is to make an A. Thinker, B. Entrepreneur, C. Good citizen, D. Reasoning man, and According to Emil, the noblest work in education is to make a reasoning man. Emil, or On Education, is a treatise on education written by Jean-Jacques Rousseau in the 18th century. In the book, Rousseau argues that education should be focused on the natural development of the individual, and that the goal of education should be to create a well-rounded, autonomous, and rational individual. For Rousseau, the noblest work in education is to cultivate a person's ability to reason and think critically. He believed that this was the key to developing an individual who could make informed decisions, solve problems, and act in the best interests of society as a whole. Rousseau rejected the traditional approach to education, which focused on rote memorization and the acquisition of knowledge for its own sake. Instead, he advocated for an education that was based on the individual needs and interests of the student, and that encouraged independent thinking and exploration. Overall, according to Rousseau and Emil, the noblest work in education is to make a reasoning man, who is able to think critically, make informed decisions, and act in the best interests of society. 24. Which one of the following is not taken into consideration while preparing the blueprint for a test? A. Topic. B. Instructional objectives. C. From of questions. D. Teaching time. And teaching time is not typically taken into consideration while preparing the blueprint for a test. A blueprint for a test is a plan or outline that specifies the content, skills, and knowledge that will be assessed in the test, as well as the format and structure of the test itself. The purpose of the blueprint is to ensure that the test is valid, reliable, and aligned with the instructional objectives of the course or program. When preparing a blueprint for a test, factors that are typically taken into consideration include: A. Topic, the subject matter or content area that will be assessed in the test. B. Instructional objectives, the specific learning outcomes that the test is designed to measure. C. Form of questions, the type of questions that will be included in the test. D. Time allotted for each section, the amount of time that will be given for each section or type of question on the test. While teaching time is an important consideration in instructional planning, it is generally not a factor that is taken into consideration when preparing a blueprint for a test.